Oh, oh, we are in here. We are definitely live in the building. So, y'all know what to do while we are live. Y'all know exactly what to do. Let your boy know where you from, where you watching from, where you paying attention from. Y'all know how we do this. Y'all know how we get down as we give the people enough time to stroll in the building and say what's up and see what's popping. I'm gonna sip on this tea while we all gather. You know what I'm saying? And as you enter our restaurant and take a seat at the lunch table, do your boy a solid and hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? If you're not already subscribed, do your boy a solid and hit the subscribe button. Because we aim to please. You know what I'm saying? We try to do what we do when we do it. And y'all know I don't do this during the middle of the week or even during the week. But I think we going to start doing this a little bit more because college football is going live. NFL football is going live. So we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about. So I think we might just drop a couple of live streams a week. Because we got the one that's on Saturday. That's automatic. We do Saturday about 3:00. But I don't know when football season start. I don't know how we gonna manage that. So some things are gonna have to change. And you guys and all your ideas and things that y'all would like to see or like to change, drop them in the chat or in a video on the comment section, whichever you do. I read them. I like them. So y'all let me know how y'all want things to take place. KJ from Chicago checking in. What's happening? And for those of you that are just entering the building, like I said, do your boy a solid. Don't forget to hit the like button, but also let us know where you checking in from. Where are you watching from? What city, what state, what country, whatever. I don't care if you're sitting in your car on your lunch break, doing whatever you do. Holler at me. Let me know that you are definitely in the building. Because I ain't going to try to hold y'all too long. I was watching G. Bush and the Ultimate Cleveland Brown Sports Show and those boys. But we got some things we need to talk about. And y'all know, before we get started, y'all know what we do. Y'all know the routine. If you are not new here, you know how this go down. Before we get started, we always thank you, the viewer, for taking the time out to watch the video. But while you're here, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and become a member of the lunch table as we do what we do. And before we go too far, y'all know we got to shout out the beautiful ladies of the CU Aunties and say what's up. Give them the appreciation and let them know that we appreciate everything they do to support my channel and a lot of other Colorado channels and Cleveland channels and Jaguar channels. So if you see a CU Auntie in the chat or in the comment section, make sure you show them a little love and give them the respect that they are due. And also, Miss Bronzefire, this young lady is where I get the art for the CU Auntie. So if you haven't, go ahead and give her a follow on Twitter and tell her I sent you. So let her know. Little Big Snack said thank you and what's up. But getting back to what we came here for. Whew, it has been rough. Y'all ready to go? Let's go. That is crazy. My mic and my camera cut off. I don't understand that. That is crazy work. My mic and my camera cut off. That's bananas. I don't know what that was. I don't know why that happened. But that was super, super weird. Now they got me befuddled and puzzled. Like, what in the freak? Like, what in the freak just went on right there? I'll talk to. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Let's get refocused. Let's get back in the game. Everything is back to what it should be. I don't understand that, but everything is back to its normal space. And that is crazy. Robert, you got carried away calling them haters out. Don't worry about it, dog. Don't worry about it, dog. Haters gonna hate. They gonna show up and do what they do. I'm drinking this tea. Because y'all know I'm from the South, so we drink tea heavily down here. But all right, let's get back to business. And now I really can't do what I wanted to do because Cleveland.com has put Mary Kay Cabot's article behind a freaking paywall. But we all know Mary Kay Cabot, who is a senior hater of our guy, young Shedeur Sanders. Mary Kay Cabot recently dropped an article on Shedeur Sanders. Let me share with you what I mean by recently dropped an article on Shedeur Sanders because she is a hater. You know, she is a true hater. Mary Kay Cabot dropped this article recently on Shedeur Sanders, how Shedeur Sanders could win the Browns 4-way quarterback competition, 15 questions for 25. And I was able to read this entire article yesterday. Today is behind the paywall, which is crazy, which gave me the idea to do this live stream, but now we are behind the paywall. But as you see, the article starts out with, okay, I can't let y'all have all of Mary Kay Cabot. Y'all see the article starts out with Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur has established that he's fast off the field, and now he must be equally quick on it to remain in the Browns 4-way quarterback competition. Cited for 2 speeding tickets here in the span of 12 days in June, one for going 91 in a 65, one for going 101 in a 60. Sanders hopefully learned his lesson from those and will slow down behind the wheel. Simultaneously, he must speed up his learning curve in a couple of key areas to remain in the quarterback mix, along with Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and 3rd-round pick Dylan Gabriel. That is what Mary Kay Cabot started her article with. And as you know, it went on to explain some of the things that she thinks Shedeur is lacking in. There wasn't a whole lot of positive in that article, and it's crazy to think that Shedeur has only been in Cleveland for a few months. And between Mary Kay Cabot and Tony Grossi and a few others, but those are the two that spearheading the Dylan Gabriel campaign and flying with the narrative that Shedeur doesn't have a grasp of the playbook, doesn't have a grasp of the lingo, that he's unable to read and recognize and change some of the plays. It's crazy to even think that Shedeur is that kind of quarterback, that he is that slow, that he is unable to process and understand what's going on with this offense. When Shedeur has been bred from the age of 8 or 9 to be an NFL quarterback. He's worked with some of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game, Tom Brady being one. It's crazy to think that he can't process this type of information. It's actually unfathomable to think that he can't read and recognize offenses and defense. It's crazy to think that they are still pushing this narrative. And Mary Kay is going to die on this hill. I don't understand how you think Shedeur is that far behind Dylan Gabriel or any other one of these quarterbacks. Joe Flacco should be the furthest one ahead because he's played in this offense before. He's called plays in this offense before. Shedeur should be second in line because his college offense last year was similar to the offense that they're going to run this year. Kevin Stefanski was a running back coach and quarterback coach for Shedeur's offensive coordinator in college. Kevin Stefanski got his offense from that man. And Mary Kay Cabot wrote this entire article, starting with the bashing of Shedeur in this speeding and ending it saying that Shedeur could catch up if he could learn some of the offense and defense and learn to understand the playbook. That is crazy. And if you think I'm lying, here's Mary Kay Cabot.
That he's going to have to do to catch up or leapfrog Dylan and some of the other guys. You can't be just thinking. You've got to know it. So hopefully he's at home with Shiloh and he's barking out plays to Shiloh and barking out the terminology like.
I'm really not understanding. I'm really not understanding how my camera keeps dropping out like that. But that was Mary Kay Cabot. Something's going on. Mary Kay Cabot on, I forget the name of that show. It's from a young guy the other day saying those exact same things, that Shedeur needs to learn the terminology. He needs to learn the lingo. He needs to be able to understand the playbook and be able to call plays, which is just dumb, which should be. I don't understand. Do we know if anyone has told her this in Cleveland, in upper management? Because where is my file? I'm finna get y'all something because the offensive coordinator said that Shedeur is very, very keen on the offense and learning the plays. Bill Musgrave, who is the quarterback's coach, works with Shedeur handedly. And I'm sure he has given Shedeur enough information to where he learns that I am really looking for Tommy Reese. What did I do with that video? Let's go to the T. Where's the Tommy Reese video? I got a bunch of T Rizzo videos. I don't think I have. I don't know if I put it in there. But Shedeur is not behind on the play calling. It's not behind on learning. I don't know what I did with that Tommy Reese file. I really don't. Because this is a reminder that Shedeur is not behind. And this was before OTAs that Tommy Reese said how much Shedeur was learning the offense and everything else. What is G. Bush talking about? Oh. I really I really need to find that. But I can't find it because I'm trying to do this and I won't be able to find it. But let's get back to it, man. Mary Kay Cabot has been spouting this nonsense since Shedeur started camp. Since the first play he took from scrimmage where he slipped and fell. Mary Kay has been spouting the same nonsense that Shedeur is behind. He doesn't understand. Dylan Gabriel processes. His brain is like a computer, they say. He can process information fast. He can do this and he can do that. It's all been predicated. We all know Shedeur, and I can't let y'all keep looking at Mary Kay Cabot. We all know that Shedeur is the best quarterback that we have in this room. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And the local media, most of them are still not that high on Shedeur. They're coming around, but they are not that high on Shedeur. They are not in the realm of love for Shedeur that they are in Dylan Gabriel. They don't understand what most of the local media is focused on is draft status. They're focused on that since Dylan Gabriel was drafted before Shedeur, therefore that means Dylan Gabriel is better than Shedeur. Dylan Gabriel is a much better processor of information than Shedeur. The Browns think more highly of Dylan Gabriel than they do Shedeur. And that's just not the case. My guy, G. Bush said it a long time ago that the local media was trying to do that nasty work when it came to Shedeur Sanders. And he's right. Because a lot of them have tried to go with the narrative of pushing Shedeur down and not seeing a way for him to make it out of the bottom of the quarterback ranking simply because he was drafted last. But what people don't understand is Cleveland gave up a lot to go get Shedeur. They gave up 2 6-round draft picks. That's a lot. They moved back up to get Shedeur. That's almost the equivalent of Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round. That's how much highly they think of Shedeur, that they gave up 2 6-round picks to get in front of other teams to grab Shedeur out of the draft when he shouldn't have even been there in the first place. But they gave up something to acquire him. But now, with this, damn, I can't get to that article. Now, with this narrative that is ruining, that they are using, trying to make Shedeur look very, very bad, trying to make Shedeur look worse than what he is. Mary Kay has been stuck on this narrative for a very, very long time. You don't believe me?
Yeah.
We've only seen 2 OTAs so far, but I feel like I have a pretty good handle on how this thing is going right now.
And what is the handle on how things are going right now from your perspective?
Well, I wrote about this in a column that hit this morning, and that is, if you're looking out there and you're seeing Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel look at times like it's not perfect and they're not completing as many passes, or it looks like they're almost throwing an interception. Those 2 guys are having so much heaped on their plate right now. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that are sort of being tasked with trying to figure out what's going to work in this new offense and what's not going to work in this new offense. So they're getting the brunt of the install right now. And that's in part because they need to get them up to speed as quickly as possible, but also because those 2 guys were kind of targeted early on as the 2 players that the Browns probably have out front right now in terms of winning this competition. And the reason why I say that is because they were acquired earlier in their respective acquisition cycles than the other 2, mm-hmm. right? I mean, we know that Kenny Pickett was traded for a month before Joe Flacco was signed, and that Dylan came in the 3rd round, Shedeur in the 5th. So we know that those guys come in with a bit of an edge. It doesn't mean that the other 2 can't flip the script, but more is going on to the plate of Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel right now than, let's say, than Shedeur. And with Joe, he already knows so much of it, so they don't really have to do that with him as much. They have to get those other 2 guys ready.
Yeah, it's, Nathan and I have been pretty trying to be pretty transparent with the conversation, because I think one thing that's happening, and I'm sure you're seeing this in your readers or in your social interactions, like everybody wants to talk about Shedeur all of the time, and everything that you just said is exactly on point and exactly what's going on out here. And I feel like from the national perspective, especially, it's getting missed, and I think it's at times misleading the fan base about what's actually going on here. So I think it's really important that you wrote what you wrote, because that's an accurate description of what we've seen in OTAs, not just what's been open to the media, but what we've seen too.
Yes, exactly. And I just heard another set of Shedeur opinions even this morning, and it's just almost kind of funny to me that people from the outside, or the national experts, shall we say, seem to feel like they know exactly how this is going, mm-hmm. and they're not here. We are boots on the ground, and so I think people need to be a little bit careful with who they're putting their faith in right now in terms of how this thing is playing out. Yes, Shedeur looks really, really good with what they're asking mm-hmm. him to do. He looks really, really good. But as you probably saw the other day, he was at times on a separate field because he's learning different things. He's coming along at a different pace than some of the other guys. Like I said, with Kenny and Dylan, they're throwing as much at them as humanly possible right now to see what sticks, to see what works. And they're not necessarily doing that with Shedeur right now. With Shedeur, he's on a bit of a different track. He's right now the fourth team quarterback. He's doing great with what he's being asked to do. Everybody's very, very happy with how he's coming along. Everybody's optimistic about what they're seeing with him. But it's just he's in a little bit of a different category as the fourth team quarterback, and maybe not necessarily someone that they are trying to get ready as fast as possible to start on opening day. Not saying that he can't, because he's being given a chance just like everyone else. But he's in a bit of a different category right now.
So beyond the quarterbacks.
And like we said, Mary Kay Cabot has been spinning that narrative for a very, very long time. She has and will die on this hill, as it seems, because nothing she has said about Shedeur has changed from that what she just spoke a minute ago. And that footage was during OTAs. Nothing has changed in what she said. Even in that article she just dropped that I cannot get my hands on now, she's saying the same things. She's saying that he is not caught up and yet, and that he still has to catch up with everybody else. Y'all make sure y'all do a boy a solid and hit the like button while we in here. We will get to your super chats toward the end of this live stream if there have been any drop. And while we're going, for all those that have been dropping super stickers and super chats in the videos in the comment sections, thank you very much. Been quite a few in the last 3 or 4 videos, so I appreciate it. And super chats do go to the top, that we read them first toward the end of the screen. But Mary Kay has been doing exactly what she's doing right now. You know, nothing has changed. Her opinion of Shedeur hasn't changed. Her opinion of the Browns hasn't changed. She's been spewing the same garbage for a while. And like I told y'all, G. Bush said a while ago that the local media has been doing nasty work on Shedeur. G. Bush.
A lot of people that thought we was going to let y'all get that off. We wasn't going to let you get it off like that, man. We weren't going to do it. Because let me just tell you something. I was a little perturbed the last couple of days. Because I don't like how y'all try to put your thumbs on the scales. I didn't like it. Local media, it was nasty work. You guys try to put your thumb on the scale and weigh it down and try to be like, oh, yeah, actually, really, I got Dylan Gabriel winning this matchup. I actually have Dylan Gabriel. He was 100 for 100. And Dan Marino came out of the stands and told him that he was the greatest quarterback he's ever seen. Shut your mouth. You be lying. Shedeur Sanders not only won this quarterback competition on the field, he won the competition off the field and on the mic.
And yet again, Shedeur Sanders, once again, has won this competition on the field, off the field, and on the mic. Shedeur has come to Cleveland and done more in Cleveland than the players that have been here for years. Shedeur Sanders held an event on yesterday, which a lot of you saw, that was very, 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 very important to a lot of those people, because there was a apartment complex that burned down and displaced a lot of local families. And Shedeur done what a lot of players don't do. He went to the hood. He went to where the players were at, where the people were at. He just didn't send money. He didn't just send packages and gifts and clothes and things. He took himself there. He offered more than his services. He offered himself. Because while there, he took his time, talked to the kids, played with the kids, took pictures. Everything they had there was free. They didn't have to spend a dime. They had food trucks there. They had DJs there. They were giving free haircuts. And they also had resources for those who had lost clothes, TVs, furniture, necessary items, household items, things of that nature. They had people there to help them recover and get new things. That's what help looks like. That's what being a leader looks like. That's what doing it on and off the field looks like. But I asked you, where was Mary Kay Cabot? Where was ESPN Cleveland? The local news was there. And Shedeur didn't call the local news to come there. But where are those people that were reporting on the speeding tickets? Where are those articles right now? They haven't been written. But when he got that speeding ticket, you had articles out within hours. This was yesterday. Where are those articles from your local Cleveland report? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'll figure it out with the live stream. Where are those articles from those local Cleveland reporters now? Where is the footage from those local Cleveland reporters now when he's in the hood doing good? But they don't want to report on that. They only want to report on the bad things that he's done. I bet you G. Bush talk about it. I bet you all the brothers talk about what Shedeur did yesterday. And that will be first and foremost. It won't be the last. It will be first. But all those other haters that was quick to report on those speeding tickets are quick to spin this narrative that Shedeur is not good enough, that Shedeur doesn't understand the terminology going on with my camera, that Shedeur doesn't understand the playbook. Where are those people now? Somebody tell me. Because we haven't seen them. And we waiting on them. But they ain't showed up. I haven't seen now one article from these people. But they got articles on that little joke that dude did at the ESPYs last night, Shane Gillis. They have articles on that. They don't have articles on Shedeur helping these families out. So what's the problem? But you know what's going to happen next week? Next week, Cleveland's going to fall apart. Those reporters are going to lose their mind. Deion Sanders going to show up Monday. Deion Sanders is going to show up Monday. at Cleveland training camp. And all hell is gonna break loose. He gonna go down to see Shiloh. Then he gonna come up to see Shedeur. And the Cleveland media is going to lose their mind. You want to talk about narrative spinning. You want to talk about people saying, oh, he had to call his daddy to come save him. Oh my God. The amount of horrible articles that are going to be written when Coach Prime Sanders touched down in Cleveland at their training camp. Y'all think I'm playing, Coach Prime?
Because it's Tampa, but it's still your time.
I'm gonna try my best to run a plane and come down and see you, then go see Shedeur, then go to work.
All right, and you're coming to my practice first, so that means I'm your favorite son. All right, thank you.
Yeah, I'm coming to your practice first. I'm definitely coming to your practice first.
Yeah, that means I'm the number one son.
You need to send me a schedule of the times of practice.
No, I'll get it for you for sure.
All right.
And I'll make sure whenever you come down here, then I'll knock somebody's head off. All right.
All right. That'd be kind.
All right. Well.
All right.
Yeah. Coach Prime coming to town. And oh boy, they are going to go nuts. They're going to lose their mind. Coach Prime is coming to town. Y'all make sure y'all give a shout out to the CU aunties that are in the chat. To the ladies, if you see them, make sure you say what's up. Show them the respect they deserve when you bump across one of them in the chat or in the content or the comment section of any one of my videos or anybody else's. You know what I'm saying? You'll see you auntie in the chat. Make sure you let me know that you are in the building. I appreciate you and thank you for all of the love and all of the support that you give a brother on these videos. But while y'all at it, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Make sure you holler at me and let me know where you're from, where you at. And also all super chats will be read first when we do jump into the chat box and see what's going on. But like I said, Mary Kay won't let go of this narrative. And it's going to get even uglier when Coach Prime shows up in town this week. You know, people are going to actually lose their freaking mind. You know, like I said, it isn't that somebody from the team told her that Shedeur is incapable of understanding the playbook or understanding the terminology. This is just an assumption of hers because of the position they think Shedeur is in. What if if what they are seeing isn't true? What if Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel are fighting for the third spot? The reason they got more first team reps than Shedeur and Joe Flacco. What if Cleveland already knows that Shedeur is that guy? I've given y'all the reasons why he y'all don't understand how much I'm about to lose my mind with this camera. Like I said, what if Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel are fighting for that third spot? What if they already know Shedeur is that boy? What if they already know that Joe Flacco and Shedeur Sanders are 1 and 2, no matter how you put them? Because all Shedeur has done is outperform everybody on the field, no matter who he was throwing to, no matter what team he was on, no matter what players he was playing with, he was always better than every quarterback on the field. So what what happens when the narrative changes? When we get to training camp? What happens when they look up there and all of a sudden Shedeur is taking first team rep after first team rep after first team rep? And then Joe Flacco is taking first team rep and first team reps, and Dillon Gabriel and Kenny Pickett, Mr. Tiny Hands, are not getting all the reps. Then what happens to your narrative? Then what happens to all of the things you thought that were taking place? What goes on then? When Coach Prime shows up in Cleveland next week, things are going to turn on their head. It's going to be a lot. And I still wish I could have found that film. But we heard last week Kevin from 92.3 The Fan asked that question, and I did a video on that, is why are you currently treating Shedeur like a 5th round draft pick when his talent says that he's a 2nd round draft pick, no lower than a 2nd round draft pick? And you are going to screw yourself as a team if you keep treating Shedeur that way. And they're still running with that. Cleveland has those first round picks in the draft of next year, and Cleveland needs to draft a quarterback. I don't understand the logic behind that at all. As a football guy, you will never get me to understand the logic behind that. But let's hear Kevin one more time.
Want to treat Shedeur like a 5th round pick.
Money Man, what up?
Now, I get it. But you have to be open to that 2nd round talent being the thing that sparks your own curiosity. He's got to do it, guys. I know he's got to do it. I'm not here to say where some people just want to give him things. Nope. It's the NFL. And I think he's got a great personality, so I think he'll naturally endear himself to his teammates. But how you really endear yourself to your teammates are work harder than everyone, know the playbook better than everyone, execute better than everyone, be the most physically talented quarterback or somewhere in that conversation. Shedeur has that opportunity. And if he doesn't, and the Browns stick to this idea of the things that they allowed to tamp down the Shedeur hype into camp, into the regular season, if he's doing everything that matters and you still treat him like a 5th round pick, then at some point on a team with really just not great quarterback options, you are harming yourself. And that is exactly how you get fired. So don't do that.
Exactly. That is exactly how you get fired. And like I said, they're constantly, the narrative is constantly being pushed. And they're living on that fact that he's a 5th round pick. Yes, he's a 5th round pick, but his talent, it just doesn't say that. What up, Money Man? His talent doesn't say that he's a 5th round pick. There is nowhere on YouTube, on any footage of Shedeur Sanders playing quarterback from Jackson to Colorado, that you would say that he's a 5th round pick. There's nothing that says that. If you are an evaluator of talent, there is nothing that tells you Shedeur is a bad quarterback, that he can't play in the NFL, that he can't read and recognize defenses, that he doesn't know what the hell he's doing under center. Nothing. You can't find it. His offensive coordinator was an NFL coordinator. His offensive coordinator wrote the playbook that his head coach is using as the offense this season. So what makes you think that Shedeur does not fit in this offense? What evidence have you seen that says he can't make the throws and he can't make the plays? I don't understand why they're still running with that narrative. I don't understand why Mary Kay Cabot is still standing on that high horse and saying that Shedeur is behind. I'm gonna freaking lose it with this camera. I am seriously about to lose it with this camera. Y'all make me understand, because we've been trying to understand that. Camera's not trying to. I don't know what is going on with my computer right now. But my rig was about $4,500. There's nothing wrong with this rig, and this is a new rig. I got this one in November of last year. So there's nothing wrong with this rig. I gotta figure out what the freak is going on that's making this camera drop offline like that. But let's get back to this mess that they got us into. And I wanted to get back to that Mary Kay Cabot article, but they threw it behind that paywall, and now we cannot get to it, which is dumb. But that's what they do. That's their website, and they want to make money. But I'm not going to pay no membership to read that bull crap. But like I said, this is going to end very soon, very fast, once training camp starts, and we get a first look at Shedeur with the first team. All that other crap is going to go out the window. But because once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's like I've been telling y'all the whole time in these OTAs, when they wouldn't show Shedeur playing with the first team. I promise you, Shedeur got first team reps in OTAs. It just wasn't visible to the media because they didn't want the hype. They didn't want the fan base putting all that pressure on them because Shedeur is better than everybody else. But come these open practices, you will see Shedeur with the ones. You have no choice because he's going to have to play in a preseason game, which means he's going to have to get those reps. Unless Cleveland does the ultimate training camp starts on Friday, really. They all will be in town tomorrow on Thursday and have meetings and all that. But training camp won't start till Thursday. And that's for rookies and quarterbacks. Everybody will be in camp on the 25th. The 19th through the 24th is for rookies and quarterbacks. The 25th till preseason is for everybody. And that's how that works out. But we're going to see it. And once we see it, we can't unsee it. And there will be nothing they can do about the campaigns that will start for Shedeur Sanders to be the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, because it will be obvious that he is so much better than everybody else. I don't know why they're saying you shouldn't start a rookie quarterback. Yes, most rookie quarterbacks can't handle starting game one. Shedeur Sanders was built for this moment. His entire life has been this moment, what's ahead of him. This is what they did it for. This is for all of those late nights practicing in the rain, practicing in the heat. This is what it was for. And you think he's not ready for it? Every time you said he couldn't do something, he has done it. The man told you, if you want someone that's going to change your program, change your culture, that's me. If you don't want that, then don't pick me. That's what he said. That's what he meant, because that's what he's done everywhere he's been. And as Neely always says, the best representation of future is past performances. And Shedeur's past performances say that, yeah, he's that man. Give him the rock and let him do what he's got to do. But it's that embarrassment of playing your 5th round draft pick over your 3rd round draft pick that is got Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry's pennies in a bunch. Because either way it goes, you're going to look stupid. You're going to look like a bunch of idiots. Because for one, you drafted 2 quarterbacks in the same draft. You better be glad you drafted 2 running backs in the same draft. But you don't, all those stories of their running back, they dead, right? That news cycle is gone. That news cycle is done. Shedeur and them damn tickets are still front feature. And that was June. That was a month ago. You got a running. You got a running back arrested with domestic violence charges. And all of a sudden, 24 hours later, the story is gone away. All I know is things need to change. And they're not going to change because Eric Cabot, Tony Gross are on that hill that they will die on. I don't know what's up with my camera today, man. I really don't. I don't know who keeps asking me that. So we're gonna go ahead and try to wrap this thing up because I am actually very, very pissed about it. Let's start at the beginning of my chat and see what's up. And y'all don't forget while we here, y'all know what to do. I ain't never let y'all forget about these ladies because the CU aunties always come through. You know what I'm saying? So if you see them in the chat or if you see them in my comment section or you go to another video, Dukes, Uncle Neely, Shiloh, Shedeur, Reach the People, you know, or any other of these Colorado channels, make sure y'all recognize them and say what's up. Because these ladies, they support like no other. I mean, they show up at football games and support. They show up at events and support. So if you see one of the CU aunties in the chat, make sure you show them the respect that they deserve and say what's up and thank them because I truly do for all that they do. Who's all in the chat? Robert, what's up, man? Let's see. Robert, my bad, got carried away calling out them haters on some of the recent shows. Just wish I called them out. Look, Rob, man, I told you, do your thing, dog. Long as y'all, I'll let y'all hash it out. I don't block haters. Just so y'all know. I don't block people just because they don't like what I say or they say something stupid. You let haters watch you shine at all times. You don't block haters. Haters are your audience. If you got more haters than you got people that like you, damn it, you're doing something right. And trust me, I have built 2 YouTube networks. I know when people don't like me. I've been doing this YouTube thing since 2010. Made a lot of money off YouTube. Still do. Y'all better go check that Youse channel and see the numbers on them videos. Them checks still come every month. That's all I'm saying. Good morning, chat. You from Mississippi Roberts says everything Mary Kay is what these ignorant haters are using this back. Yeah, man. Almighty Lord, my dog. None of this BS will matter when them pads get on. Right, dog. That's all I'm saying. Ain't none of this shit going. Once the pads go on, once we live, once the bullets start flying, ain't gonna even matter. Did you see Dylan Gabriel's reaction when they didn't have pads on? When that big number 95 come off that edge and was standing right there in his face. You see him fold up like a pancake? Yeah. No reaction. Feet just dead, gone, didn't know what to do. This man here, man, Shedeur mom was in Cleveland yesterday looking like a snack. Hey, man, ain't got nothing to do with that. He must have got a different playbook in a different classroom and everybody just, man, look, I don't know if Shedeur's passing percentage is better than everybody else's. Everybody else need to be using his playbook because apparently his plays work. You know what I'm saying? Roger, what up, fam? Law. Shiloh ain't got nothing to do. Oh, man, leave Shiloh alone. Shiloh is actually, I told y'all, I've been telling y'all all season. I've been telling y'all before the draft started, Shiloh was one of the top 4 safeties in the league. I might live in Texas, but I'm from Alabama. I'm from where football is played for real. Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Florida, dog. That's what we do. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. Can you block me? Man, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. Pamela, I'm so sick of this C word. Yeah. Mary Kay is operating off stereotypes and she could be called out for her racist tropes. And we just let her have her dog whistles, dog. Like this one right here.
That he's going to have to do to catch up or leapfrog Dylan and some of the other guys. You can't be just thinking. You've got to know it. So hopefully he's at home with Shiloh and he's barking out plays to Shiloh and barking out the terminology like.
Yeah, that dog whistle right there. Snack man, what's up, bro? Just checking in. Glad I caught you live. Appreciate it, Isaiah. That's the N word she tosses around. Man, look, Mary Kay Cabot. Let me get down here to some of these. Faith, libel, defamation, slander, president. Oh my God. Peter Moore, what up? Mary Kay doesn't know shit about football. You don't know how she had a job. Mary Kay been reporting on Cleveland for over 20 years. She was there when the Browns left and when they came back. Mary Kay Cabot has been there that long. Mary KKK, the queen of the year. Okay, man. Kevin, I can never summon the people that don't look like me. Speaking to people that look like me. Oh, man. Come on, dog. That's old footage now. Yeah, I know it was old footage. I used that old footage to make a point that she's been on that narrative for a very, very long time. She's going to die on that hill. Mary Karen Cabot. Lord, yeah, faster pace. Y'all just holding them back. They need to let Shedeur go, man. Yeah, y'all run them lights up. Mary Kay equals W. Man, y'all need to stop. Y'all be going ham sometime, man. when her four offenses came out, she's been quite quiet as a church mouse. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it. Mary Kay just put out something talking about Shedeur needs to be fast on the field, not fast off. Yeah, that's the article I was trying to get to. I read it all yesterday, then they put it behind the paywall today. That was the purpose of this live stream, was that article, because that article is long. I mean, it is a long read. She wrote a ton. She said so much in that article. I'm telling you, we still be reading it right now. That article is long as fuck. Can't wait for training camp. G. Bush said he'll be out there. Yeah, I was texting with G. Bush this morning. Me and G. Bush working some things out. If y'all don't know, we gonna put something together. You know what I'm talking about? Either he coming to the lunch table or I'm going to the barbershop. Either way it go, we gonna put some things together. We chopping it up. She just want white supremacy to prevail in this quarterback competition. She's the one who needs to catch up. There she goes. Sister is in the house. And when she show up, y'all better watch out. This is just stupid. Shedeur is on a different field learning what's different. He's running the plays from the playbook given to him. That's the thing. When you're playing with the ones and twos, or you're playing with the threes and fours, they are basically calling the same offense on both freaking fields. Shedeur's stats is still better than yours. And what people didn't recognize, when Shedeur was playing with the threes and the fours, his stats were good. When he moved up to the twos, his stats got better. What is he going to do when he get to the one? See, the progression is there. Dillon Gabriel has been so-so off and on. Shedeur has been consistently good all the time. Opportunities. When you get them, you just show out. And that's all he's done. He has done nothing but take advantage of the opportunities that was put before him and showed out when he showed up. Fit and fabulous. My lady, well-married Karen, is going to be exposed tomorrow for the liar that she is. The world is going to see the truth. We can't wait. We all know Shedeur ain't no fourth-string quarterback. Uncle Kai, we know this, dog. We've been saying this. No, because I honestly take serious when people like Louis Riddick, someone who played general manager, says he has some work to do. Just people like her don't deserve to speak on him. Of course he has. Hold on. Where's
interesting, Daniel, because I think you've got the race for the starting job, and then you've got the race to see who even makes the roster. There are 4 quarterbacks, and it's hard to imagine that the Browns are going to keep 4 quarterbacks on their opening day roster. And this might be the most interesting position battle.
Daniel Fusi, ESPN Cleveland report. Just listen.
Of any team anywhere in the league as training camp goes. I'm curious, Daniel, did any quarterback jump out to you during the spring? Just your opinion.
My opinion, Shedeur Sanders really did stand out. Again, all of those skills that we talked about pre-draft, the poise, the accuracy from the pocket, we saw that. But the caveat was it was with the second-team offense and against the second-team defense. So that's why I'm really interested to see, can he crack that rotation and get some reps with Myles Garrett pass rushing against him in those summer practices, you know?
All I'm saying is he just gets better when it goes up. Mary Kay needs to sit down somewhere. Y'all stop hating on that. Don't hate her. Hate the shit she says. Don't hate her. Hate what she says. G. Bush is standing on the truth. 12 is QB1. Isaiah, her drug offenses became public. She's quiet now. Snacks that shut her up. No recent criticism from her. On Shedeur, all her information came out during Shedeur speaking to you. Yeah. You can't talk about people and think other people won't do their due diligence and go get you. What's occurring with Shedeur is nothing new under the sun. Our black ancestors and our black culture continues to be threatened and has never been good enough. And it shows. He was in the hood. He said God told him, hey, but that's what I'm saying. He shows up where he needs to be, where he's called to be, where he said God told me to be there. So that's where I am. And you heard him say, a lot of people didn't want me to be here. They told me not to come here, which was probably some teammates, which is probably some people in the front office, which probably some other people from Cleveland said, look, man, you don't need to be over there. But you know what didn't happen? Wasn't no shooting, wasn't no fighting, wasn't no bull crap. It was all love. It was all free. It was all fun. And everybody went home. Because we all know if anything other than fun and happiness had taken place in there, we'd heard about it already. So I guarantee you, nothing else happened. They are so scared that change is coming. They need change. Cleveland has been the sorriest football team since 1990. Cleveland is the only one of 3 football teams that hasn't been to an NFL Super Bowl in its entirety of its existence as a franchise. Understand that Cleveland was sold and moved to Baltimore and came back and still ain't been to a Super Bowl. Cleveland has had 40 plus quarterbacks in the last 26 years. They've been too busy searching for a quarterback instead of trying to build a team. Just like now, they hunting for a quarterback in next year's draft. When you got 2 rookie quarterbacks on your roster, you talking about, well, we gonna draft a quarterback in next year's draft in the first round because we got 2 first-round picks. That's loser shit. That's loser mentality. They are so used to losing. They don't know what to do. And it should be scary. As a 5 foot, he can go to the hood. Filth is understood. Man, look at it. Man, Dion out there making men. It ain't no secret. You doggone right, kid. Shedeur is a happy student, aka blessed disciple. You doggone right, he is him. It's probably your Streamlabs trying to catch back up after the disconnect. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man, with this camera. Cleveland sports reporters are like sharks waiting for blood to spill in the water so they can have a feeding frenzy. Man, stop it, kid. This fool right here, man, they're going to be like Dion has implemented specific plays in the practice playbook, narrating a possible dual coaching role, just coming up with this. Look, man, y'all have to understand how good Shedeur is. Just like I was telling y'all how good Juju is in Colorado, y'all have to understand how over-prepared for this moment Shedeur is. They are acting like the moment is going to be too big for Shedeur. And it's not. He's been in big moments all his life. He's been walking through fire with that pressure on him all of his life. This is nothing. Let's get our rest this weekend. Yeah, we got to be ready for the hate next week. We'll be able to thank our ancestors for all the pain and sacrifices they endured for the love for our black culture. You right. She's coming off like Shedeur is writing with crayons and everyone else is using pencils. The manipulation is weak. Correct. Here go Robert. As a white man, I'll say it. Them insecure white folks are afraid of change. those of us who know we are all part of the human race will always. Yeah, and if y'all go in my comment section of my videos, y'all will see Robert and a few other people going hard. And it's a few haters that come through there. And this one hater that came through my last video and stirred the pot, I can't remember, it had something to do, they had Trump in their name, so we knew they was retarded when they got there. But, and no, we ain't being politically correct. We don't care. So we know that they came with that issue from the jump. Mary Kay Cap, man, y'all need to stop, man. I want Shedeur to be QB1. I want him to get all the money the NFL stole from him by pushing him down to the 5th round, and then some. The NFL needs to be punished for the action. The NFL is way too powerful. They own too many judges. They own all the lawyers. If your lawyer is part of one of those big law firms, that law firm work for the NFL. Man, that's all I'm gonna say. See you aunties from Georgia in the house, 50 and fabulous. That's my lady. She be holding it. Yeah. I love these representatives of our culture. Yes, man. Gretchen, I believe black people know the history of this country and know Mary Kay, the Mary Kays of the world. Miss Crowley is in the building. Say it again, I totally agree. Oh Lord, they y'all in here flirting. The offensive coordinator said he's working hard and learning everything. Yeah. See you aunties in the house. Simply, Sarah is in the building. Miss Crowley, blessings to see you aunties in the house. Yes, y'all must give a warm round of applause to the CU aunties. I would, but I ain't got my board hooked up. The camera will always cause trouble. I don't know why they can't make a PC with it in it. This is the first time my camera has ever done that. I don't know why I did that. That's kind of crazy. MSD767, hey, Big Snack, aunties, chat, shout out from Tampa. See you, aunties, we in here. Tampa, see you, aunties, what up? They make laptops with cameras. Yes, my laptop has a camera, but I'm not on it. It's the N-word, man. Here we go. It's just contrary Mary's nature to be negative. It is what it is. Ignore her because she has tainted perspective. Exactly. Money Man is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Almighty is setting the script straight. 144 is the number, the chosen ones, the best of the 12 tribes. And he is going to act the way he has always acted. They haven't been the kindest people to Shedeur. No, they have not. Everybody speaking of Money Man. I know Amber, but Prime always allows a man upstairs to handle them. That's how you win in the end. That is correct. Dark Mind is in the building. Yeah. How about our boy standing on business? He, like I told y'all, man, Shedeur is one of them ones. And he gonna always be one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? Duke the Scoop was in the building. I ain't see you in here, Duke. You should have hollered at me, dog. I gotta get with Duke. I watched that interview Duke did with Bucky. I watched it this morning. Damn good interview. Bucky need to holler at me because he missing so much money. Bucky missing so much money, man. With that well-off stuff, man, Bucky missing so much money. But I'm finna get mine back popping. I might put the Youse Network back in effect. Y'all can go see my channel. I don't even upload videos on the Youse channel. I upload a video every now and then to my y'all's channel. I've been sitting over there at 160,000 still. It used to be 300K. But now it's just 160K. Think we need to start working on that. But I got some ideas for that. Everybody holler at Duke the Scoop. Dining with E Snacks, Huntsville is in the house. What's up, EA? Everybody holler at Duke. Facts, how does a so-called fan have a problem with that type of confidence? I don't know, man. It's just been crazy to watch everything that has happened with Shedeur from the point that he was drafted until now. It's been because when he was drafted, we're going to get out of here in a minute, but y'all know I get on my rant and I just go real quick. When Shedeur was drafted, right? When Mel Kiper was standing on that table, screaming at them people, telling them, y'all are idiots. Why hasn't Shedeur Sanders been drafted? Y'all should have known it then. If you go back and watch my draft video and I show you how many people said that Shedeur needs to be humble, he needs to apologize that was after the first night, after the first round. It was about 8 to 10 people who said live on TV that Shedeur needs to be humble. He needs to apologize. He needs to call these coaches. And I'm sitting here like, really? Y'all think that's going to happen? Are y'all stupid? No. And then we went to the second day. And then we went to the third day. Like I've always said, if Shedeur was supposed to go number 2, why did that boy have that man's phone number to call him and prank phone call him? Because he knew he wasn't going to get drafted. That was not a coincidence. If Shedeur was supposed to go between 1 and 5 off the board, why would you even have his number to attempt to prank phone call him? He was going to be gone in the first 30 minutes of the show. There was no need. But it just so happens we got his phone number and we going to prank phone call. Man, that is no conspiracy theory. All that shit happened. And we know it happened. And we know why they did it. And none of it worked. All of it backfired. Do you know how big Shedeur's fan base has grown since you pulled this stunt? You can't mess with God's people, man. You just can't do it. What's up, son? My son is here asking me questions. But yeah, like I said, all of it has backfired. Shedeur has sold more jerseys than anybody. I ain't talking rookie jerseys. I'm talking about all of them. Since the draft, ain't nobody sold no more jerseys than Shedeur Sanders. Nobody. Veteran players, old ass players, Hall of Fame players. Nobody has sold more jerseys than Shedeur Sanders. But you wanted to humble him. All thing you did was made him richer, made him more popular, made him a bigger celebrity to where now you have no choice. I need my show notes so I can ask you who's the master. But anyway, man, I'm going to go help my son. I got a 16-year-old demon in here. He wanted to do some things, so I finna go get out here on this court and on this field. Look at that head, man. Come on, dog. They can't see it. Damn, come on. Really? That's what we doing. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm gonna start soon.
that's mini-me. I don't know where the other one at. He'll pop out. My 12-year-old, he'll pop up out of nowhere too. You know, but we got football practice again today for my 12-year-old, flag and 7-on-7 practice. They wearing me out. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Y'all have a good day. Remember, do not forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. Leave your comments in the comment section. Do not forget to support all the CU aunties when you see them walking the internet streets. If you see them in the chat, if you see them in the comment section, make sure you say what's up and show them ladies some love because they support everything and everybody. I'm going to get out of here, man. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. Oh, I'm going to drop a Coach Prime video for the day over with. I ain't done. I told y'all, football season start. We finna get busy. But I'm out of here, man. Y'all have a good day. Peace.